Viola Davis, one of the most talented actresses in Hollywood yet again, has graced us with her amazing performance as General Nansika in the film The Woman King, which is a historical epic from Gina Pryce Bythewood, which tells the chronicles, trials, tribulations, and triumphs of Agoji and Dahomey, which is a region in present-day Benin. I believe this is truly one of the films that truly capture the essence of culture, strength, and femininity. A movie that reflects the glory of the Aoji, an all-female warrior unit that seeks to protect Dahomey. Prince Bythewood has credited Black Panther, the epic Marvel film, for paving the way for Black-centered, cultural, and empowering films, especially since it's notorious that Hollywood does not cater to these types of stories for too long of a time. However, The Woman King is the first major motion picture in the United States to tell the story of the Agoji. It also discusses Dahomey's role in the slave trade. Truly and remarkably one of those films that are understandably so, topping the box office for a long time in September 2022.
I own 3 fields of palm trees. You will work.
Given its success at the box office, people have been speculating if there's going to be a sequel to The Woman King. Currently, as of now, there are no plans in place for a second film, but according to Viola Davis herself, she's totally down for the idea of another film. Her husband, Julius Tannen, stars in the film as well. He said, "Well, you know, it feels like we could. I'm hoping I still have teeth, but yes, I'm totally open to it. We haven't had any discussions about it yet." Another actor who's also open to the idea is John Boyega. In an interview with Variety, the actor implied that Prince Bythewood isn't really open to the idea of second installments, but she said that Boyega had a very good idea for a sequel. The actor also added that both of them were already bouncing ideas off each other for a sequel, but only Sony will tell if that could ever be a possibility. Speaking about actor John Boyega, in an article by CBR, the actor who played Gezo wanted to explore his sinister side as he did reinstate slavery, with awareness that he had profited a lot from it. As a result, a sequel could focus on him betraying the Agoji by choosing human trading over the palm oil project Nanisca envisioned. The seeds of unrest were sown when Nanisca defied his orders and went to save Mbedu's Nawi as well as the selfless Izogi. However, while things were patched up and Nanisca was named Woman King, this could lead to civil war. Nanisca is also a fictitious character, so the opportunity for Gezo to betray her exists to ensure that the business succeeds. It would be the ultimate test for the Agoji as well, because they never imagined their king would be as greedy as the people they'd fought before. And honestly, this could go another way as well, considering The Woman King is a smash that like button if you haven't done it already. But we'll get to that later. With the many possibilities on where this could go, we could also look at it differently. The film's heart and soul was definitely Nawi, who eventually revealed that the new trainee was Nanisca's long-lost daughter. According to Mbedu's Variety interview, Davis herself stated that she would like Nanisca to die in the sequel's opening scene. As a result, the torch can be passed to Nawi. She'd be an excellent foil if Gezo went too far, as she despises slave trading, misogyny, and oppression of others. Because she was not born in the kingdom, she would cause political strife with Gezo's other wives, who despise her as an outsider. They already despise Nanisca, so if it was revealed that Nanisca had not remained a virgin, it would destroy the Agoji, as chastity was a purity pledge upon which they operated. That being said, if Nawi and Gezo get along, it'll be interesting to see her save other villages while honoring Izogi by killing more slavers and fighting the French. If the Portuguese return, Nawi will be able to reconnect with Malik and decide whether she wants to pursue a romance. It would be difficult, however, because the Oyo Empire would seek vengeance for their defeat in the first film. It's easy to imagine them collaborating with other European slavers to obtain Dahomey men and women as slaves. Ultimately, Nawi would have to choose between love and duty once more, with the possibility that Gezo himself would court her, as he had hinted she could be his queen someday. Another interesting thing to mention, if they were to ever pursue a Woman King 2, Viola Davis would want to die right away. Mbedu recently spoke with THR about the possibility of The Woman King 2 and why Davis wants to die right away in the film. Mbedu explained that during training for their roles in The Woman King, Davis stated that if a sequel were to be made, Nanisca would be old, gravely ill, and end up dying within the first 5 minutes. Mbedu stated that the conversation began during training when Davis admitted that the physical preparation was so difficult that she couldn't imagine doing it all again. Although The Woman King concludes with Dahomey liberating themselves from the Oyo Empire, there's still plenty of history for you to smash that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. And maybe hope for a possible sequel. Fingers crossed. Dahomey fought 2 wars against the French at the end of the 19th century. Dahomey lost both conflicts, but the French recognized that Ogoji is some of the fiercest warriors they encountered. Although there's room in history for a sequel to The Woman King, Davis indicates that due to the extremely strenuous physical preparation required for the role, she may only return to die to avoid exhaustion. As mentioned, that The Woman King is anchored upon rich history, anything really is possible, and there are many areas that producers and directors could cover and unravel. Historically, the story of Ogoji is riddled with nuances and complexities buried in rich culture. Won Chekin, who was the historical advisor of the film, noted that King Gizo and Nanisca have a very unique rapport, making her the right-hand woman and the leader of all the military strategies that they employ. According to Won Chekin, I believe that in the movie, Dahomey is presented as a highly sophisticated state in a modern sense, with a standing army, with bureaucracy, with officials in charge of logistics. Won Chekin says it's not very surprising that something extraordinary like these female warriors arose from these institutions. Won Chekin, as a historical advisor, ensured that Dahomey was depicted as a developed, sovereign state rather than an archetypical, primitive tribe. For example, the weapons used by the Ogoji and their male counterparts were frequently produced locally and were not all imported from Europe. Naui, Tuso, and Biru, a new member, goes to the river in one scene to find the perfect rock to sharpen her sword. The Ogoji's very existence was an outlier. European visitors referred to them as the Dahomey Amazons after the all-female Amazon warriors of Greek mythology. Won Chekin makes 3 key points about the conditions that allowed the Ogoji to thrive in Dahomey. Won Chekin witnessed progressive gender roles in the region as he grew up in Benin, noticing gender equality everywhere he went, from children playing together at a young age to mixed gender cultural groups to women's economic participation. Gender norms that are inclusive of all genders can be traced back to Dahomey. King Gizo accelerated the expansion of military power. The idea was there, the social conditions were in place, but he, King Gizo, then led the way to raise this to the highest level in terms of organization, number of people involved. Won Chekin says women make up roughly 1/3 to 40% of the entire army. In The Woman King, Nanisca witnesses the horrors of slavery firsthand and works to persuade King Gizo to stop participating in the slave trade, or at the very least, to end Dahomey's tributary status to the Oyo Empire. The film captures the importance of culture, history, and pride. As we're nearing the end of Black History Month, these are truly important to be represented in the media. Over the recent years, Hollywood has been attentive to producing this kind of inclusive, representative, and empowering movie that relates to the struggles that people in the past faced. The past of slavery that African Americans have faced is addressed and brought to awareness in the film without making it a spectacle. It was approached in a realistic and grounded way reflective of true history. Feminism and women's empowerment is also tackled and shed light in the film, and all of this can be truly expanded and explored if producers decide to give it another shot and run for a second film. All in all, it's safe to say that everybody is excited about a sequel. People are already anticipating what is to happen next. Are you ready for more of the Ogoji tribe and their rich culture? Check out these videos next.